I live with my family in a private canal community in Florida. For privacy's sake, I'll keep our exact location to myself. From our canal, it's only about a 15-minute boat ride to reach the ocean. We have a couple of jet skis and a 35-foot 2007 Proline Express boat, which is my dad's pride and joy. He's the boat guy in the family, while the jet skis are more for my sister and me. Our household consists of 4 people: my mom, dad, my 26-year-old sister, and me. I'm 23. None of this is meant to sound like bragging. I just want to set the scene for what happened. We have a few homes around the country, in California, New York, and Florida. But our primary residence is in Florida, since that's where my sister and I grew up and went to school. Our house is located in a gated community at the end of a canal. This gives us a good amount of privacy, especially since the canal continues past our property into a small marsh. On one side, we're surrounded by neighbors, but on the marsh side, it's just open and isolated. When our parents are away, often traveling out of state for work, they leave the house to my sister, me, and our dog. With the privacy and the space, my sister and I occasionally host backyard gatherings or parties. On one hot summer day, we decided to take the jet skis out on the water. As usual, it was about a 15-minute ride through the canal before it opened up into the bay. From there, we sometimes venture under a bridge into the ocean, but the ocean can get choppy, so more often than not, we stay in the bay where the water is calmer. That day, we were just cruising around and having fun. The bay was lively, with plenty of other boats and people enjoying the nice weather. After some time riding, we decided to stop in the middle of the bay to relax. Not long after, a medium-sized boat approached us. An older man, probably in his late 50s or early 60s, was driving. He was on the heavier side with a noticeable gut, and he was holding a beer while steering his boat. Definitely not the most reassuring sight. He started making conversation with us, asking about our jet skis and telling us about his own jet skis and a big house he claimed to have on the water. Then, out of nowhere, he invited us to swim in his pool. My sister and I were immediately uncomfortable, but we politely declined, saying we'd need to head back soon. He pressed further, asking where we were from, but we kept our answers vague, only mentioning that we were local to the area. Creepy encounters aren't completely new to us, and we've learned how to deflect and disengage politely. My sister signaled that it was time to leave by starting her jet ski, and we both waved goodbye as casually as we could before riding off. Once we were safely away, we laughed about how weird the interaction was. Sure, he was creepy, but we've dealt with worse. After some more riding, we decided to call it a day and head home. As we idled through the canal on our way back, we reached a T intersection where our canal branches off from another. It was then that we noticed a boat behind us, moving slowly through the intersecting canal. It looked an awful lot like the man's boat from earlier. We couldn't be sure if he was following us or if he lived somewhere nearby, but we were on edge. Trying to shrug it off, we continued home and docked the jet skis. That's when things took a turn from strange to outright alarming. As we were washing the jet skis, the man's boat appeared again, this time coming down our canal and stopping right in front of our dock. He smiled at us in a way that sent shivers down my spine and started complimenting our house and backyard. My sister, clearly fed up, bluntly asked, "Why did you follow us here? That's really creepy." The man, still grinning, claimed he lived in the same gated community and was just checking out the canal. His excuse didn't sit right with either of us. Sensing our discomfort, he eventually turned his boat around in the marshy area at the end of the canal and waved goodbye. Neither of us waved back. At this point, we dropped any attempt to be polite. His behavior had crossed a line. Later, we called our dad and told him about the incident. He wasn't happy that we hadn't thought to get the boat's registration number, which, in hindsight, would have been smart. Unfortunately, the unsettling encounter didn't end there. That night, well after dark, Our dog started barking furiously downstairs, waking both my sister and me. I went to my bedroom window, which overlooks the backyard, and what I saw chilled me to the core. A large figure was running across the yard, heading toward the dock. Before I could make out any more details, the person leaped into the water, or something in the water, and disappeared. I opened the window to try to get a better look, but it was too dark. My sister and I raced downstairs, turned on the backyard lights, and looked outside. Whoever it was had vanished, but we both had the same gut feeling about who it had to be: the creepy man from the boat. The only reason we think he didn't try to break into the house was because of our dog. The next day, we asked our neighbors if any of them had security cameras that might have caught footage of the man's boat or anyone wandering down the canal late at night. Unfortunately, no one in the community seemed to have cameras facing their backyards or the water. Ever since, anytime we go out on the boat or jet skis, we can't help but keep an eye out for that man and his boat. His behavior that day and the incident in our yard left us shaken, and we've learned to be much more cautious when we're out on the water.